Remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Actually, today it's Big O and Rob.
No, I like Rob and Oscar. That sounds so much better.
Yeah, it sounds much more top 40,
Yeah,
I
kind of
think.
like Rob and Big, but you're not black, or I'm not black.
But I'm very big.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, it is Friday, and Mike O'Mara is in Maine. We're not doing a duocast today. Today it is actually it is a duocast because we're a duo.
Yeah, it was. First of all, it was a simulcast, not a duocast.
You keep
or
saying
an on
that.
location. A duocast. I haven't heard duocast since like I
made it.
broadcast
I think
school.
I made it up.
No.
I really do think it's mine.
I think it's a term in my Com 101 book from Dean College.
Bolivian Broadcasting College.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on. I'd like to start today's show, if I may, with a complaint. We've been talking a lot about birds this week. As you know, there's the killer bald eagles up there in Maine.
Predator bird.
Predator bird, exactly. But this is not the bird that I'm worried about. I was watching, do you have the Palladia channel? It's a high-def music channel.
You know what? Let me check. No.
Oh, that's right, because you live off the grid.
I know what it is. I know a guy, Schmosker Fantana, who wishes he still had cable, but he went out of his way to tell everybody he was cutting the cord and what a big deal it was.
Yeah.
So all he does is scramble for internet programming.
What he does now is you watch Dexter on a tiny screen, right?
Yes,
you download and
on
watch
my laptop.
the little baby Dexter.
I'm better than this.
Yeah, you know what? The murders are tiny. They're just little
Oh my
baby
God.
murders.
Not enough blood.
So I'm watching Palladia, and like all people that have passed the age of 40, I'm watching a Rolling Stones movie, which is really great. It's a recent one, Shine a Light.
Yes.
And it's a great film. And I'm thinking, what is the target of the advertiser that is watching a Rolling Stones movie? They go to commercial, and they show a product, and my jaw hits my lap. Have you heard of Perfect Polly?
I have not.
Let me run the spot for you.
Please.
You're not going to believe it. I'll have to interject with some commentary, but Perfect Polly is a small robotic parakeet. And so the little girl runs in and sees the grandmother, and she's got a robot bird.
Grandma, you have a pet?
It's my singing parakeet.
Introducing Perfect Polly, the pet parakeet that comes to life when you enter the room.
Okay, it obviously runs on like a single A battery.
Yes.
And it is a small plastic robot bird.
Does it sit in a cage?
If you buy a cage, Polly comes with a perch, the perfect perch. And I want to go on with this spot, but I want you to hear more of it. Listen to the 1930s license-free music behind this commercial.
Okay.
That's my favorite part.
Perfect Polly is motion activated. When you come near, she starts to move and sing. This life-size replica mimics the sounds and movements of a real parakeet in the wild.
Okay, a life-size parakeet replica means it's 4 inches tall. That's not a big deal to be a life-size parakeet.
No, it's not. Though, for those who want companionship, this may be perfect.
Really? A computer mouse is also perfect for companionship then. Because all this is a small plastic bird. It's a small plastic bird that when you walk by it, its head turns ever so slightly and it makes robot noises.
Perfect Polly turns to look at you, then starts to sing, and even shakes her tail feathers.
At that point, they show the tail feathers.
Like a rap video.
And they don't move. Yeah, that's a twerking bird, is what it is. It's a twerking bird. And it is not fooling anybody because when the head turns, you know, like when you turn a lid of something, it's no longer lined up with the base.
Yes,
and
yes.
you have like a shelf.
Yeah.
So when the bird turns its head, you just see its shelf because it's not round. It's like a square box bird. It's
Like
not,
in Dumb and Dumber, its head might fall off.
It's really upsetting.
Her cheerful lilting song can keep you company all day long.
I really hope to never be
How
that
much?
depressed. Oh, wait. But wait, there's more.
Everyone loves Perfect Polly.
By the way, no one loves Perfect Polly.
Parakeets are the most popular pet bird in the world,
Okay.
but they require a lot of care.
This is a lie.
Now, Perfect Polly brings you all the joy and none of the mess.
That's the first shot of a
Oh
piece
my
of newspaper covered with bird poop, which is really their sales. That's their sales model.
I know a thing or two of talking.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You know what that is? That's because that lady had him shout yesterday.
I know I have an AC situation at home. That's why my throat's like this. But this is the situation.
Yes.
When you buy a spot like this,
Yes.
on multiple channels,
Yeah.
you decide what channels they go on, right? So
I
you just-
suppose, yeah.
Yeah, you do because you're a media buyer. You'll figure that out. But this screams of a spot that was bought in-house. And by in-house, I mean the guy who made Perfect Polly is really into the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, you may be right. Because really, who Perfect Polly appeals to is someone who is housebound and maybe not even able to get out of the thing that gets them up and down the steps, because it's a bird
Yes.
that most pets, if you say stay, you got maybe a minute, tops. Perfect Polly, you say stay, it's there until the bomb comes.
It's a low maintenance pet, but
is.
it's also a low maintenance ad buy in my eyes.
I suppose it is. But at this point, I felt really bad because I'm still a guy who likes the Rolling Stones. I said, do they think I'm the guy that's going to buy Perfect Polly?
The window or on the shelf.
Put 'em on the shelf.
With your Perfect Polly, you're never by yourself. So lifelike you won't believe your
this is
eyes.
tragic.
You know what? I've never been more by myself than when I had Perfect Polly.
A great gag gift, though, if you think about it.
I think we should get it from Mike.
Or HBS.
Oh, my father has had birds, and I sent him this ad. He wrote on Facebook, all capital letters, "What a piece of S."
Oh.
Yeah, he was not pleased.
Look at the detail in this pretty little Polly.
It's horrible.
This life-size Perfect Polly looks right at home in a cage. Or perch Polly on your finger and watch her start to sing.
Look at Grandpa. He's lost his mind, and he's holding a robot bird on his finger. Yeah, exactly.
Later.
Perfect Polly chirps her little tune in the morning or the afternoon. And when it's time to turn out the light, Polly keeps quiet throughout the night.
When it's time to turn out the light, call the funeral home because Grandpa is dead, and so is the bird.
You know what? My grandmother had one of those grandfather clocks that little bird would come out.
Oh, it's a cuckoo clock.
Yeah, a cuckoo clock.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh, my grandmother had them too. They're a pain in the ass.
Yes, but I always thought it was, as a kid, because you don't know any better, you'd sit there and just stare at it.
Right.
And so when the little bird would come out and you'd hear the cuckoo.
Yeah.
How foreign is my family? And you'd stare at it. But if I went over my grandma's and she had something like this, as long as she didn't pet it and talk about it like a real person,
Yeah.
I'd almost be like, Grandma's got a little robotic bird.
I suppose, and things have changed now because kids can bring their toys with them because they're all, electronics.
Yes.
But I remember as a kid, if my grandmother had this, I guess you're right, I'd be way into
Yeah.
it. I spent so many hours at my dad's mom's house watching an hourglass. That's all she had, an hourglass. And I'm talking one that really takes exactly an hour for all the sand to come through.
Sounds great.
It is really, it explains a lot.
That's why you are the way you are.
It is. Anyway, so Perfect Polly.
How much? How much?
I think it's $19.99,
Oh,
and you
God.
can get a second for $6.99, but you have to act now.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Now, yes, as I was saying,
You were saying you supposed we were all wondering why you called us.
Look, there is no need for you to speak unless I ask you a question. What is your name?
I'm Shawk, the gardener.
And what is it you do?
I'm the gardener.
And why didn't you say that to me in the first place?
I did.
Look, don't try to be funny with me, monsieur. This is a very serious matter, and everyone in this room is under the suspicions.
Real?
What? What was that?
You said real.
Yes, I know that. And there is a very good chance that someone in this room knows more about the murder than he is telling.
Murder?
What was that you said?
I said murder.
What murder?
Well, I don't know. You said murder.
I said murder?
You said there was someone in this room who knew more about the murder than he's telling.
What was your name?
Shawk,
The cook.
gardener.
Ah! Now we are getting somewhere. You!
Oh, dear. Are you all right, Mr. Stutterstat?
Who is this man?
He's Mr. Stutterstuff.
I see. And what is your job, Mr. Stuckerstuff?
He's the beekeeper.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Mr. Stuffsucker.
He says he's got a bit of a cold and he's lost his voice.
A beekeeper who has lost his voice, a cook who thinks he's a gardener, and a witness to a murder. Oh, yes. It is obvious to my trained eye that there is much more going on here than meets the ear. Before you are dismissed, Mr. Stiff-Sticker, I suggest you count your bees. You may find that one of them is missing.
You ruined that piano.
What is the price of one piano compared to the terrible crime that has been committed here?
But that's a priceless Steinway.
Not anymore.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, here's Rob.
Hello! It is Friday, and live from Studio 1K in the Pfeifferplex Broadcast Center, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. Downloaded over 20 million times and powered by Encore Insurance. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com. We're on 102.9 FM WTNT in Washington, D.C., grab it while you can. And the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. Today is Friday, August 30th, 2013, ostensibly the last Friday of the summer.
Hell yeah!
And, new sponsor.
Yes, we do.
Want to say welcome to FanDuel.com. This is it, Oscar. Finally, it's the opening week of the NFL regular season, and it's the last chance to join FanDuel. Now, millions of people play fantasy football. I've played it. You've played it. Everybody plays it. It makes football more fun to watch, but you can win real cash this weekend by playing fantasy football with your buddies, and you can do it at FanDuel.com. For example, this guy, his name is Chris Prince. Mm-hmm. He's a postal worker, but probably not for much longer because he's won over $492,000.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive how much money and what a business, this billion-dollar business fantasy football is, and the fact that we have FanDuel on is great.
It's awesome. He's made almost $500,000 at FanDuel.com. It's a one-week fantasy football league for real money. Now, the money is real, with immediate cash payouts. There's no season-long commitment, no upfront fees. You play each week or whenever you want. It's all up to you. You just set a new lineup each week and win every week if you're good enough. All right. That's all you got to do is just be the best.
Perfect.
FanDuel is paying out more than $135 million this year, but you got to play to win. So play today. Go to FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel. FanDuel.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. You know the drill, and use the code TMOS. And a new user special, you use that TMOS code, FanDuel will match you dollar for dollar up to $200. That's like $200 free dollars, but it's this week only. Offer ends Friday. Don't forget to use the code TMOS. FanDuel.com, where every week is a new season. That's FanDuel.com. Sign up today.
Perfect. I'm going to need Josh, the intern, if you don't mind.
Yes.
This is Mike up. Hey, there you go. You're a fantasy football phenom.
I love fantasy football.
How many leagues do you think you're in, just generally, a season?
I'm drafting, I think, in my 6th league tonight.
Okay, well, 6th league. That's 6.
You know why we don't get our air checks done? Because he's in 6 fantasy football leagues.
Exactly.
That's why.
What I'm going to need you to do before you leave today, if you don't mind. And I know you got your work cut out for you. You've got another 15 credit semester, though you're going to say it's 23.
Yeah,
and
17.
17.
Lots
look at this, man, overachiever.
Lots of electives.
I'm going to need you to help me get on.
There's no credits.
We'll use a TMOS code. We'll put some hard cash down.
Cool.
I'm going to pick the right lineup. All right.
All right, let's do it.
Does that work?
Yep, let's win money.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're gonna do great.
And I'll split the winnings with you
Sounds
after
good.
I recoup.
So you're gonna front the money and then split the winnings.
He's going to be my consigliere.
Good guy, and you said the word right.
Yeah,
I'm very
thank you.
pleased.
I'm working on it.
You're Tom Hagen.
Yeah, this
That's
English
very good.
language.
Very good. Hey, you know what it is?
What's that?
It's Labor Day weekend, everybody, and I get to worry about the jingle. Labor Day. Plans. What do you do? Well, you're going to Vegas.
Yeah. I woke up this morning, and as I was putting my flip-flops on, this is the first time I've ever worn flip-flops to this show.
I noticed that you're wearing the shoes that Robert has that I hate. Can you show them to our Ustream viewers?
The
Adidas slippers?
The soccer.
Nice Velcro
they're not,
straps.
They're not. They're like soccer flip-flops.
Yeah,
I use them when I play soccer.
It's good. It's
Nothing.
like that's how you avoid getting trench foot at the shower. But I really didn't. I mean, at least you see mine have the good taste of leather.
Yeah, you've got the
This is
classy
good.
ones.
Please
on.
do not step on my blue suede Birkenstocks, which, by the way, I really didn't think they were going to get through this year. But anyway, yeah, I don't. You know what? I hate to say it. Don't like your shoes.
Oh, it's fine.
And
I hate yours.
When I know, but you see, that's sort of an ongoing thing. This is a revelation. Me not liking your shoes.
Well, I don't usually wear these, but
when Robert comes down to the kitchen wearing those, I say, and I think they're about the same size. You have such dainty feet. When Robert comes
these
down,
are size 10.
I usually say, "You're not wearing those out, are you?" And it's mathematical. Now he says, "Mom," and Carrie says, "I think he looks fine." And I say what I always say: "Do whatever you want." Do whatever you want. Wear those Oscar shoes.
Yeah, it's such disdain for these. I'll wear them more often. As I started getting dressed this morning, I said, "Oh, if this was 2012, we'd have Friday off." And
That's right.
And then Shannon from the corner of the condo says, "Didn't you say you had to do a show on Friday because we have to do more shows and to stop taking so much vacation?"
So she's throwing your own Oscar logic in your face.
She went, she said, she goes, "This is your fault." I said, "No, I love doing the show."
You keep saying it.
Now make me breakfast, woman.
Did she make you breakfast?
No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, so she gave me a power bar and sent me on my way.
Did she help you open your Vitamin Water Zero, or was that all up to you?
That was all up to me.
See, he's a self-sufficient guy.
I'm self-sufficient.
I like that.
I've lost all pimp hand. All right, so moving on. We're here. We're doing a Labor Day show. Yes, I'm going to Vegas tonight at 6 p.m. Probably not going to make it there till 10,
right?
Simply because there's thunderstorms coming through the area, but we'll deal with that as it is. I have to fly out of Baltimore because that is the cheapest flight to Las Vegas.
You know, a lot of times you can grab a great bargain. You get a great bargain if you go up to Thurgood Marshall Airport.
Yeah. Instead of putting de-icer on the wings, they put Old Bay.
That's right. You know, it really lowers the freezing temperature on this Boeing 606.
So I'll be on that flight. The great thing about flights
I know you're flying obviously with Shannon, and I know you're having
Southwest, baby.
Is Zoolander on the flight with you?
No, Zoolander's already there.
Of course he is.
He's my advance man because Zoolander, without monopolizing this segment, has called me 3 times to set up dinner. What we're going to do on Saturday day. I talked about yesterday what we're going to do on the nightlife. And Saturday evening, our afternoon at 6 p.m. is going to be our TMOS, Big O and Duke's Tech 411 podcast, Prince, Showtime extravaganza, where I buy you multiple beers and apps at the Paradise Cantina.
Oh, abs.
Apps.
He's going to give out abs.
I wish I had abs. I would say that you have to, if you're in the Las Vegas area, and I've gotten a lot of feedback on this,
right?
Make some time just even to drop by. It's off the strip, so it's not in a casino,
right?
Because I know you guys, if you live there, you probably left town or don't want to go in another casino. You probably work in them.
Well, I'm sure there are people that move to Vegas that like casinos, and those are the ones that are now destitute. If you want to see the Vegas residents who love casinos, they're the ones that are sleeping on benches.
If you want some free beers and some free apps, not abs, it's the Paradise Cantina. You can't miss it off Paradise Road.
Now, I'm confused because it's a Tech 411 meetup. The free apps, are they appetizers or are they... Or is it something that Todd has designed?
I'll run around and upload the latest version of Compulsive for you for free. I'll sign the back of your iPhones if you'd like. I'll tell you how to work on your apps in the background. And then I'll give you a little insight on the Mike O'Mara Show and the O&D.
Before you leave, make sure you grab one of our silver Sharpies so you can autograph all their tech.
You know what I'm actually taking?
What?
I'm taking hats.
Are you really?
Yes.
Good for you.
Because I think we should, right?
I think so.
We
And
have
it also
enough to give away.
frees up some space in the attic. Up there's the world's worst clothing store up there.
You've got a big Labor Day weekend planned, but before we get to that, do you mind if we go to Josh?
Yeah, I want to ask what.
Sure.
But the one thing I just want to send this. I hope that Zoolander is streaming live out there, and I normally reserve this for you. But for the man whose Labor Day weekend actually begins the previous weekend, here's one for Eric Stolginski. La, 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 la. He's already out there. His 9-day weekend.
Well, in fairness to Eric, while he's a baller on a budget, or the $30,000 millionaire, he took the red eye out and is taking the red eye home.
You see, his father works for Amtrak.
Yes.
And so I thought he would be taking the 5-day train trip to Las Vegas. My father has a deal and he comped it.
I got a buddy pass. Eric, you know I love you.
Yeah, well, it's great to have an advanced man out there.
Yeah, so he's working things out. The one thing about my girl is that she's a vegan, so think about the wonderful steakhouses that are out there.
They all serve string beans. She'll be fine.
Yeah, I said, whatever you get.
More spinach, dear.
Like, please just have a salad on the menu wherever we end up going.
Yeah, and no, she's vegan. She can't even have like cheese on the salad.
Welcome to my world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you don't have to worry about her getting all the good food at home,
or not keeping it tight.
Yeah. What does she eat mostly? I mean, what is the staple of her diet? Does she do?
Have you ever heard of quinoa?
Quinoa? Now,
Yes.
Is that another wrapper?
No, but it should be. Quinoa is kind of, and I'm going to mess this up because I don't know enough about it. It's a kind of a grainy. It's like a protein-based. It's like a rice, but it's like pure protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how she does
and it tastes like river rock.
Oh, nice. Is it economical at least? Is there anything that it has?
Oh, I'm sure it feeds multiple villages in third world countries.
Yeah,
but,
the village is Glover Park.
Yeah, but we live in D.C. We can afford something.
Yeah,
but she decides to just feed me.
Yeah, you've got all the stuff in D.C. You don't need to eat River Rock.
No.
You've got Panera. You've got all that stuff.
I think speaking of fast food places, another quick sidebar.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place. I think Potbelly's is going public today. Like public, people can buy stock in the company.
Really?
Yeah, I love their sandwiches, but I didn't know they were that successful.
I didn't know it was a huge chain. I thought it was more regional.
Yeah, can you believe that?
So we need to wind this up so we can call our agents.
Yeah, please.
Josh.
Yes.
Josh the intern.
Josh the intern.
Hey, buddy.
That's me.
Yeah, and he had a birthday this week. You're
I
now
did.
22.
22.
Happy birthday,
Thank
man.
you. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Did anything special come? Did you rage?
No, I
Blackouts,
started
roofing
school, man.
chicks?
No boning.
I think his big birthday miracle is he's actually on Mike O'Mara's mic today.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even
I'm
realize
using
that.
the mic from the master. It's amazing. I
How
love
does how's it smell?
Oh, whiskey. It's great. I love it.
So what are you doing for the 3-day weekend? You don't have school on Monday.
Yeah, no school Monday. My parents are up in Niagara Falls, so I'm house sitting. And when you're 22,
You know what they're going to do in Niagara Falls, don't you?
Oh, they're probably going to bone.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And a big champagne jacuzzi.
Oh, okay. Lost my train of thought. Anyways,
Do those really exist?
That's
Those
more
champagne-style jacuzzis?
That's more of the thing in the
Poconos?
In Poconos in New York.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been to Niagara Falls, but I never stayed at Niagara Falls.
I wonder if my dad's going to flood the room. That'd be kind of ironic, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I hope you're talking about a leaking tub and not
it's a
some
leak-
sort of
yeah,
medical
yeah,
condition.
Yeah, no medical condition, as far as I know.
So how long? They're away for the 4-day weekend?
Yeah, they left last night, so staying in Manassas.
Oh, this is the thing, my friend. I think you mentioned this in passing. We should highlight it. You said you may have people over?
Yeah, when you house sit, you don't want to be by yourself.
Did you know that his father is something of a craft brewer of beer?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So there might be some lovely beverages, and that'll have no trouble getting people over to your house.
No, not at all.
For a
I
big
want to
college party.
let people sample.
How tight is his inventory? Did you notice?
Right now, I think we have... No, he said I could use it. He was like, you know what? We need to empty some kegs, so why don't you have a couple people over? And
So he was drunk when he said that?
could have been.
They're all of age, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Drink responsibly.
Absolutely.
Right, of course.
Do you have a key master at your parties?
A keymaster.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with what a keymaster is.
All
So-
I know is that he's going to be getting ready to have a big party with his parents out of town.
Just take those old records on the shelf.
Please post a YouTube video of you dancing in your underwear. Or
right.
better, your girlfriend.
Yeah, drink responsibly, my
Yes,
friend.
please
Jesus
do.
Christ.
When you do drink responsibly.
Yeah, so keymaster's the guy that takes all the keys and doesn't allow you to drive if you're drunk.
Oh, I thought it was the
So-
keymaster that distributed the keys that made up the new couple.
No,
See,
a sober
that's
guy.
kinda
A
what I was
sober
thinking.
guy that
It's like-
takes your keys, like that is in charge of taking everybody's keys when they walk in your house.
A sober guy.
Yeah, one sober, a responsible guy.
Soberman.
The guy that
Sober
just
man.
doesn't drink. You don't have one of those friends, clearly.
No.
No.
Oh, all right.
We've hung with his friends a couple times. Most of them tip it pretty good.
Yeah.
Criminal records.
So, big party, you want to give your address, or should they just personal message
Is
you
it
on
open to
Facebook?
No, I
public?
think just message me, and I'm probably not going to respond.
Oh, Jesus. How many people is a big party for you?
Oh, God. I would say maybe like 40 or 50 people.
Oh, wow. Do you hide the valuables?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we're good.
He's going to get boned in a figurative way.
It's
Yeah.
locked down.
Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Pony, I know you were eager for us to start early today, which is why Oscar rolled in at his normal time.
Well, Pony pissed me off yesterday, though.
How come?
Well, this is the thing. Pony, God, the best way to put it, and not even to circle back, we would go full circle, is that Pony, out of anybody in this crew, reminds me of the Showtime series Dexter, where I've only seen emotion from Pony once or twice in my entire life, knowing him. Our friendship, which spans almost 10 years.
And, I've known him in passing for a while, but I've only worked with him like a really 6 months tops.
Yes.
And the only time I've ever seen him change from his even keel is when Mike does the Grease Man or when we insult his automobile.
Yeah, those
That's
two
it.
things he loves, and he also clearly hates that we make fun of his car.
Yeah, which is why we're not going to.
Those are the triggers.
It's all
like blood
stock.
is for a serial killer.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah. He can smell weakness. And Pony. Yesterday I said, Pony, we're going to go back to 10:30 time. Mike's in Maine. He's not going to be on the show, so we're going to just go back to the schedule. If you don't mind, I'll talk to Rob about it as well. We'll make a group effort. He goes, I need to go to Virginia Beach.
Oh, yeah, he's suffering withdrawal.
I said, oh, that's cool, man. All right. And he goes, so the earlier we start, the better. And I said, whoa. Now, that's when I reach for my phone in my pocket, like that pocket dial you're about to do, and I'm looking for the 9.
Yeah. You put in the 9 and the 1.
Yeah, ready for the last waiting. One digit because I thought he was going to go postal on me. And I said, well, Pony works his ass off.
He does.
He goes above and beyond the allotted hours we give him weekly. He's a team player. He's part of the 4 horsemen here, 5 horsemen.
Right.
And I'm gonna give him a solid.
Right.
I'm gonna let him tell me what time our show is gonna start.
Okay, so you actually let him do it.
So
yeah.
But as I was driving in. And I'm flying down at 75 miles an hour, obeying every speed limit, not at all.
Pony requested we move everything up a half hour.
Yeah, I said, if I get a speeding ticket because of Pony, then I'm going to be super pissed.
Yeah, not pleased.
Yeah, and then so I was like, I'm going to throttle it down to 60.
Okay, good.
So, yes, I was late because of you, Pony, in one way or another.
All right, let's for counterpoint.
It's pony time! Get up!
If you had your druthers, Pony, you would like for us to have recorded today's show yesterday, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you want to be in Virginia Beach right now.
I want to not be in traffic.
I understand. Well, at least you picked a good weekend to go.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, who goes to the beach on Labor Day weekend? Nobody. It'll be fine.
He also has an AC problem in his car, apparently, so I think that's the biggest
Oh, the air conditioning, is that stock?
That's going to be fun.
So you going down to hang with your mom, go to the beach, you'll come back sporting a lovely tan?
We'll see about that.
I want to see tan line pictures for the ladies.
All right, you got it.
Hey, when you go out on the beach, do you wear like your full jeans and black dress shirt? Do you really ever go out and lay on the beach?
Yeah, his tiny boat shoes.
No, Speedo.
Speedo.
Oh,
no,
wow.
but I don't see any
Talk
color
about
on
a
you
losing
ever.
battle.
Do you ever go on the beach?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
You know, he does wear black a lot, like a Johnny Cash. Like, wouldn't he look great in a Hawaiian shirt?
Ooh, a little
and
color.
and a Huckleberry Finn hat, the kind with the straw sticking out. I think that'd be
No,
good.
we could dress him up as Panama Jack.
We see all of you guys have such great plans for the weekend. All I'm trying to do is get a return call from the mythical and great jukebox repairman, Pinball Paul.
What?
My jukebox needs servicing.
Okay.
And he won't call me back. I left 3 messages, and Pinball Paul, I think when you are an older fella, and he is, I've dealt with him before. He's done some restoration work on Darlene, my jukebox.
Oh, God.
And he comes into the house, and he loves what he does, but I'm sure if you've really sort of narrowed your field to dealing with jukeboxes and pinball machines, maybe there's something you gave up on somewhere along the way. Yeah. And
Really?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
No.
So-
How old is the guy?
I would say he's 60.
All right, well, that's fairly young.
But the thing that troubles me the most is I've left him 3 voicemails this week, and on his own outgoing business voicemail message, he messes up saying his own name, Pinball Paul.
What does he say?
He says, "Hi." Ring, ring,
Yeah.
ring, and "Hi, you've reached Pinball Paul." It's very eerie. It's very, very eerie, and I just want him to come over to my house and change the belts, lube it, and get the hell out.
What type of I can only equate this to like a house call for anything else.
Yeah,
The average
pretend
is
it's
like
pretend it's
$80, $100.
I think it's the call. The first hour is 85.
Oh God!
Plus parts, but it's only like once every other year.
Yeah, but
you're
you're like the
problem
cheapest guy I know, and God bless you for being that. You're
but
frugal.
You got to do it. I got a great deal on the jukebox, but if you go 2 years without a new belt, what happens is if you start playing a song and
Do you hear it now?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh.
And so I need to get that in there. And if the belt breaks, it's useless. And it really should be done yearly. So I need to get him. So he's in Manassas.
Yes.
So Double P, if you're listening, please light me up. Need you to come out to the house and work the Wurlitzer magic, dude. And
Do you think he works on the Labor Day weekend? Maybe he's going away.
I don't know. From what? You think that you can? How does he make a living servicing jukebox? Do you know anyone else who has one?
How do we make a living here? It's his passion. It's what he probably likes to do on his free time. Maybe isn't his full-time job, Rob.
Maybe he has an Amazon page.
Oh my God!
For all your pinball repair needs.
Please use us still. So I'm just hoping he calls me. I'd love to have him out on Saturday and just have it behind me.
Yeah, but why is that? This is what I'll never understand about you.
Okay.
You hate to spend money.
I do.
Right? And you need to clear any big expenses. This is more than just going to the store expense with your accountant, your wife, Carrie.
Right.
How do you justify the $85 to the boss?
Well, saying I hate to spend money is not entirely accurate.
Okay.
What I hate to do is I hate to spend money on things that don't benefit me. It all boils down to me being selfish.
Okay.
Like, for example, to get ready for school, Carrie took Julie out to get a facial. Stop it. She got a facial. You're thinking.
I'm not.
And so she took her out for a day of beauty for the girl. And you know what? She's 12. I don't think she needs that. That hurts a little bit. And then she calls and she says, I'm going to be a little late getting home because we're at Target. 2 hours later, she's still not home. That's when I start scratching the rash because I'm thinking there's nothing we need at Target. So Carrie is more of a spendthrift. I think she moves a lot more money than I do.
So when you, but I guess the discrepancy is that so basically you just can't budget. That's why she budgets.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so she runs the accounts,
and she knows that it's time to have him out.
Yeah,
and it's been almost 3 years actually. So
that's not so bad.
And I got a deal on the box in the first place, and you need to bring it out because she just can't. What really, if she's going to think big picture, what she sees is. We need to keep the jukebox in good repair so when I die, she can sell it. So it's really not an $85. We're not throwing it away. What we're doing is we're planning for the future of the children.
Oh, my God.
It'll never pay for a year of college, but it might upgrade their meal plan. So fingers crossed.
Pinball Paul.
Pinball Paul, call me. As I said, light me up. Stick around. We come back. I'm going to tell you something. I visited hell last night, and I want you to hear about it, so don't go anywhere. It's the Mike O'Mara Show, and we're back after this.
And sniff me out like I was Tanqueray.
We are back, MikeO'MaraShow.com. This segment brought to you by Encore Insurance Services, LLC, the people who bring you this show every weeknight on 102.9 WTNT FM. For a free life insurance quote, visit smartterm.com or call 866-347-5748. Here's the deal. They do all the work for you. Encore actually compares the rates to help you save. If you need to extra $85 to have your jukebox looked at, call Smart Term. They can save you that cash. License and disclaimer info at smartterm.com. Oscar had a great experience with them. They're great.
10 out of 10.
All you got to do, the only thing we ask, thank them for sponsoring us here at TMOS because they have been amazing. Encore Insurance Services at smartterm.com.
Very cool.
So it is, as you know, summer is winding up. Most kids are back at school already.
Labor Day.
But my kids start on Tuesday. Now, Robert, it's pretty easy because this will be his, I guess, 5th year at this elementary school. He knows the school backwards and forwards. We all do because we've been going there for so long. Julia, this is only her 2nd year of middle school, so she's going into 7th grade, and things change year to year. For example, all the 6th grade lockers are in one room. All the 7th grade lockers are in another room, so they don't line the halls. That's how they did it.
Segregation.
I don't think it's segregation. I think it has to do with efficiency. And also, Julia told me that in between class periods, they tell you whether or not you're allowed to go to your locker based on whether you're a boy or a girl to keep the traffic.
Oh, that is really interesting.
But I think it sucks.
Well, I guess there's a methodology to that madness where a boy or girl would allow. Well, you know what? Also, think about this. At that age, you start getting like feelings for boys and girls.
Yes, true.
So,
but it's not like a locker room locker. It's just like the hallway.
You can. But again,
you think people are going to be twerking and
no,
rubbing?
they won't be twerking, but a makeout sesh or two.
No, you don't want to make
out
out session. No, I don't think that's the worry because
it is making out.
It is second base, all by the lockers.
I was a late bloomer.
But it's going to happen, Oscar.
Yes.
I promise. You're going.
So wait,
one day,
one of these days, it'll happen.
I've heard.
So we go last night to get her class schedule, her locker, and the kids get to decorate their lockers early. And there's like a 2-hour block for all 7th graders. Now, when you were going to middle school, did you ever get to darken the door of your middle school before you showed up on the first day? I remember we got our schedules in the mail, and we just showed up.
Yeah. They would tell you they give you the laundry list of what you needed, your locker number, and to bring a lock.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, all this stuff has been pre-planned, so we go there, and in a situation where every 7th grader is in this locker area,
Yes.
okay, and on a normal school day, to make it work efficiently, they have to segregate it boy-girl.
Okay.
Think of this. Every 7th grader is there, and they all have at least one parent with them. And many cases, they have two. And everyone is coming in. Julia even bought, and I don't know where she gets this, wallpaper for the inside of her locker.
Yeah, that's a new big thing, marketing-wise for the kids. Why do you have, and again, I come from a broken home.
Right.
By broken, I mean my parents are still together. They just really stopped caring for me once I started breathing on my own.
Which is why you come here, where,
Yes.
where we care for you so desperately.
Yeah, my family never took me to school.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing, too.
Why do you have to go to Julia's?
When I went to middle school, I was bussed in, dropped off, and I was on my own. It's different now. And they just seem to hand them everything. And
what if you?
I could see showing up with just one parent, but also I don't want to be the guy that says, "Carrie, you do this."
When do parents have time to do this?
Most parents don't work an hour a day. So
but
I'm blessed.
You said that every kid had one parent with them.
They were all there, and it started at 4 o'clock. I think there were parents that took half days to show up and to stand in the house with the room with the worst ventilation. And there's one parent I won't name by name, but she has ever since 2nd grade been what I will call a high-maintenance, hands-on mother.
Oh, really?
And I turned to Carrie at one point, and we both had sweat streaming down our faces. I mean, it really looked like we were all having strokes.
Because they hadn't turned the AC on.
The AC was on, but the house, they call it House B. That's where all the lockers are. The house had 3 times the amount of people that it was designed to have, and 2/3 of them were grown-ups.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're just radiating heat, and they're fighting for space, and there's scissors and
But
tape
why?
because they're putting up the wallpaper, and then there's people kicking lockers because they've forgotten that you have to spin it 3 times to do the combination.
And again, this is probably the best way to grow up.
Yeah.
But there's something about what you're telling me right now, and I'm not knocking you.
Okay.
And I'm not knocking the school, and I'm not knocking this new system.
I think I'm going to agree with what you say, but go ahead.
There is something to be said about, even as a young adolescent teen, right?
Right.
To get on that bus, go into school, and kind of figure it out.
It's trial by fire.
Yes.
And they don't have it anymore. She was given her schedule yesterday, almost 5 days before school starts, the ability to walk to every one of her classrooms. But you know what? It's the same school as it was last year.
Yeah.
She should be able to figure it out because the numbers, this will shock you, are sequential.
Yeah.
If you want to go to classroom 9, it's between 7 and 11. I promise you it is. But she was and also it's all about stopping every 5 minutes when she sees someone who's, what classes do you have? What classes do you have? It is really a 120-degree, poorly organized social.
I'll never go.
Oh, you'll have to.
To my unborn son or daughter.
You're going to have to.
You're on. Why do I don't have to go.
You know what? If you don't show up, for one thing, one of us would have to go, Carrie or me, because you have to show up to get the schedule. They don't mail them. You have to show up to get it.
I would write, hey, look, I pay my tax dollars. You better put that in the mail.
Okay. Good luck
I know.
with that.
I want to call that school right now.
Yeah, call the principal.
Not every parent can go and pick up the schedule. They can't do that. That's not legally bound. I'm sure Miss Amina can't go and pick it up if she's working all the time.
Hey, you know what? That's sort of a low blow because we're missing Jabril.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's not a low blow. But there are parents out there that don't have the time to stop by the school.
Apparently, every parent in Loudoun County has, I don't know, a very, very loosey-goosey Thursday because there was 8,000 people there.
This story's these kids are loved. to a degree that I'll never know.
I think it weakens the kids. It's giving them too much. Oh, and also I want to compliment the Loudoun County school system for taking a page from Paul McCartney's marketing. To get into the school, you had to go by a merchandise stand that looked like I was at a concert. Do you want to buy a T-shirt? Do you want to buy a rooter shaker? Do you want to buy a keychain? You want to buy a cup? Do you want to buy? They had more merchandise than we have.
How much is a Bayside High sweatshirt?
I think it's like $30.
$30?
Yes, which means we're not charging enough.
God, those are concert rates.
They are, and you literally, it's like Graceland. Please exit through the gift shop. You can't get to the schedule until you walk by all the merchandise.
And your kids are in a public school, correct?
Exactly.
This reeks of private school.
And then they have to hit you up for your Maverick card. The Maverick card goes on your keychain and gets you up to 10% off at various local businesses. If you don't buy a Maverick card, you might as well show up with a herpes sore on your lip because you are looked down upon. I'm so excited to get them off to school.
It's probably better to be more involved than not involved. But there's a such thing as too involved, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to try to walk the line. Stick around. Back after this on the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike did pick a good week to leave because I probably wouldn't get away with this if he was here. Brand new Paul McCartney single this week.
Top of the charts, not at all.
No, actually, it's getting airplay. I was shocked.
Yeah, but it's not on the iTunes top 10.
It will be.
Fridays when I'm relevant. I actually go to iTunes and listen to all the top 10 songs.
It didn't make it? Wow, I'm shocked. It will be. You know, I was shocked. Oldies 100 or whatever they're calling themselves this week, they actually added it.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's a new song.
I know. I said someone's getting called into the PD's office. You know where you can buy it?
Where?
Amazon.
Woo!
Of course. Brought to you by the Mike O'Mara Show's Amazon page this segment is. Why am I talking like Yoda? Amazon is the one place to go for everything you need. Get ready for back to school with textbooks, news, shoes, snazzy clothes, and of course, you save a lot of money to buy sweatshirts when you go into the school. Yeah. You can blow off the big crowded box stores, have a drink, do your shopping at home. Actually, when Julia showed up with her 2 grocery bags of stuff, everything was bought at Amazon. We did it in one night. Awesome. It was fantastic. If you need it, Amazon has it, and it's always open. MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. And don't forget, it's the best place for all your office supplies. Today and every day, save money and support the show. Just click Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com and bookmark it. So, cool. Yeah, we did survive it, but it just seemed to me, in closing, that we're giving it a little, we're not making the kids figure stuff out. Yeah, and that's something valuable. I do remember being absolutely flipped out before 7th grade because that's when my middle school started. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea about, having to change classes and do the locker thing. But, you just go and you do it. And it's not going to murder the kids because it's been going on for a million years. But this whole preparing it for them, I don't like it. So.
Yeah, I think it's important. I just think that preparing, like the walkthrough, I think that clearly that gives any kid that's able to do that with their family an edge, and you want to be involved in your kids' kind of academic career.
Right.
But I think there's also a level of you are becoming a young adult.
Yeah.
Let's see you maneuver your way through this.
It would seem to me that if someone really, really shut down on the first day, the teachers would be there to help them. But if they're able to do it themselves, that'd be great.
You're also talking to a guy, though, that when I went to college, my father didn't visit me at school until I graduated. So
wow, really?
I just drove myself to West Virginia University in a U-Haul and then unpacked my U-Haul by myself.
Your parents didn't even drop you off?
Wow.
Okay, I think what we have here are both sides of the extreme.
Yeah.
Well, my mom, in fairness, my mom dropped me off at Dean College in Franklin, Mass.
Mm-hmm.
But that was just my mom because my dad was out of town.
Sure.
But when I went to WVU, and I don't know if they were just upset because I could have gone to American or WVU.
Right.
And I chose WVU. And when I went, I was like, oh, this is going to be just like college again. But no, it was just like my childhood as I rented the truck by myself, loaded it up.
Well, you had
drove it to West Virginia.
You did burn one bridge before.
That is true.
That is true.
I had.
All right, speaking of your mom and speaking of people being coddled and walked through experiences.
Yes.
Your mom got a car.
Yeah, my mom. This is what's beautiful about my family.
Right.
Outside of
the skin color, for one thing.
No.
It's really it's like an olive.
And you know what? I haven't really talked about this to this degree. I think I talked about it with you guys in private. So my brother and sister are both MDs, and my brother's an anesthesiologist.
Right.
My sister's a pediatrician. I am a DJ, and so
you know what? Give yourself in that context. Give yourself a promotion. Say, I've got 2 doctors, an anesthesiologist. I'm an entertainer. It sounds better.
Man of the people.
Yeah, man of the people. I bring joy. No, they give life. I bring joy. So what's great about my brother and sister and to a degree myself, I give my time. They give their money.
Right.
Where my mother really sacrificed a lot for the family, and so did my father for that matter. But my father was always working, and working in general is a sacrifice.
That is a sacrifice.
But my mom worked and also raised us for the most part.
Now, I have a question for you
Yes.
because my mom also busted her ass my entire childhood.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I spent so much time at my grandparents' house because my mom was working all the time.
To provide, my
right,
friend.
to provide, because I, too, come from a broken home. What age did you realize the sacrifices your parents made for you?
You know what? I realized it at a... Now, that doesn't mean I wasn't a complete... I didn't go through my teens as a jerk.
Right.
You know, because I think...
So when did that start?
When did that stop is the question. When my mom took English classes, and if she ever comes back on the program, you'll realize that maybe she should have taken some more.
Maybe come with a gift receipt?
Yeah, maybe
Get
she
some
should.
store credit.
Maybe she got a Groupon before Groupon was around. And what I remember is we had one car,
right?
And my mom and I would have to take the bus everywhere, like the Metro bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we would take the Metro bus to a community college, and since at that point we were just in the country, like fresh off the boat,
right,
for the first couple years, didn't know when we were going to go back. My mom would take me to her night classes at this community college.
Okay.
But you don't bring your kid into class.
No, you have to like leave them in the hall or somewhere.
So she would leave. I remember as a kid walking to the soda machine. She would buy me a regular Coke and a bag of chips, like a Doritos or Lay's, whatever was in the little vending machine.
Little Oscar.
And
the class is 2 hours.
Yeah.
Make it less.
And I
don't know why she's Russian. God, we really need Mike.
and I would sit there, and I'd sit on the little stoop outside the school, and my mom would take her English classes, right? And I remember, as a little kid, you kind of don't realize what's going on, and you don't. On the other hand, you don't realize that at any given moment, someone could steal you away at age 5 or 6,
right?
But that's a sacrifice she had to make to go learn English,
right?
And I would bug out sometimes if a stranger danger would come around, and I'd run and cry, knock on her classroom door, and she would be embarrassed and have to come take me home.
Bad play.
Yeah. So looking back at that, those are the type of sacrifices I remember.
Okay. All right.
Because she wanted to assimilate.
Right.
Now, she's lost most of that knowledge as when she comes on, she's got the thickest accent.
Well, no, she speaks the language. She just speaks it with a coloration.
Yeah. She's got her own dialect at this point.
Of course.
Of English. And I always tease her about it, but, I love her and my family loves her. So basically, my brother went out of his way and he bought her a brand new Lexus.
Wow, did he come with a vanity tag that said Oscar did not buy this?
So yes, he is doing very well, and he just wanted to do something for my mom.
I think that's awesome.
Which is huge, right? Most God willing, I'll have they don't have to buy me a Lexus, but someone that cares about me as much as my family cares about my parents.
I'll buy you an air freshener.
Thank you.
Or your current automobile.
And the only job I had was to go and teach my mom how to use the nav system.
Okay, she knows how to drive.
She knows how to drive very well. She's got like an impeccable driving record.
Perfect.
So we're in the car for an hour, and in this new vehicle, you have the choice where you can say, call Rob, call Mike.
The Bluetooth.
Yeah, call Tatiana, but it's all voice activated.
So
right?
it's linked into her phone.
Yeah, as soon as she sits in the car, it connects to Bluetooth. Before she used to use a headset.
Fantastic.
And this is also the mom that when she has a missed call, she doesn't look into the missed call log. She just calls myself, my brother, and my sister and asks, "Did you call me?"
So she just sees missed call and starts playing like the game Clue.
She calls everybody in her immediate family and said, "Did you call me?
Did you call me from the conservatory with the candlestick?"
And I said, "No, Mom. Okay, ciao," and then hangs up. So That's the bit she plays.
That's good.
Now, she should be deported just for that.
No, I think it's fine. And by the way, deportation is so much paperwork. Just take the phone away first.
So I said, Mom, this is great. Now, when you call and make the rounds, all you have to do is say, call Oscar, call Tatiana, call Jose, which is my brother and sister.
Of course.
And my mom says, Chess, like yes. Instead of saying yes, he says Chess.
I love the way you say your name as your mother.
Yeah.
Chess Oscar.
And I said, okay, so let's try it. And we're going through the rounds.
Right.
And all she does is press a little button. She says, call Tatiana. And then it says, call Tatiana, like Siri does.
Perfect.
Calls her. So we get to her place of employment. But for these purposes, I'm going to say Costco, right?
Okay.
So she says...
I thought you worked at Amazon through the Michael Mara show page.
I'm sorry. Let's go Amazon.
Right.
Good call. And she says to me, okay, I'm going to do this. She gets in the driver's side. We're in our driveway.
Right.
And I say, okay, it's already programmed into the system.
Right.
All you have to do is hit this button and say, call Amazon.
Okay.
Call Amazon. I'm sorry. I did not understand you.
Oh, no. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Call Amazon!
So instead of changing her dialect, she says it louder.
Yes.
The same way when I'm dealing with someone from Asia.
Yes.
Of course.
I'm sorry. Could you please repeat your command? Call Amazon! And at this point, she leans into the screen on the dashboard and says, pretty please, call Amazon.
She did not.
Yes!
Oh, no. Now deport her.
My mom is so foreign. She thinks that somebody's inside that monitor, like a real person that she's talking to.
You should say mom. Or do you call her Mamacita?
I said, mommy.
Mommy, what you got to do, be polite to the lady in the dashboard. Why do you think your son spent so much money on this luxury automobile? It's not just a feat of engineering. There's a woman in your dashboard. And be nice to her.
Tiny woman.
And when I said to her, I said, Mom, no, repeat just the command and the name. Again, she leans into the center console of the screen and says, pretty please, call Amazon. And I said, Mom, no. It's call and then name. And at this point, I'm getting frustrated, but I think she's she's so foreign and cute because she's leaning into the screen to talk to the person that's behind it, apparently.
Now, is there a setting, because some of them do, is there a Spanish setting?
There is Spanish, but Siri or whatever it is in that Lexus does not work in Spanish.
Oh, darn it.
Yes.
Darn it.
But I will say this.
Yeah.
That these new cars, and I've said this in the past year on the program, have these apps.
Right.
We should get a Michael Mara Show app in these dashboards. Because
there you
connect
go.
To your phone.
It would be perfect.
So we'll work on that.
I would love it.
That's the one positive that came out of it.
And then your mom couldn't access that.
And this is
please play the audio vault.
This is the other bit. Yeah. So my mom has got this brand new car, right?
Right.
My brother calls me yesterday and says there's a problem. And I said, what's the problem? I said, did she call you from the car yet? Because she hasn't called me because I would have noticed her. She's on Bluetooth.
Right.
And he goes, no. I called Mom and asked her, how's the car? And she says, it's great. It's beautiful. And she goes, okay, well, that's great. How's it driving? I don't know. And he goes, well, what do you mean you don't know? Oh, I haven't driven it yet. It's sitting in the garage.
How long has she had it?
7 days.
Oh, that's too long. Oh.
Yeah. So
is she at least feeding the lady in the dashboard?
She's going to die.
Yeah. You got to take care. You got to take care of your lady.
Oh my God! So
she hasn't even driven it
to drive it. I have to mosey on over there after the show today because I'm flying out of Baltimore. So I'm gonna sync up with her and try to explain to her.
Make her take you for a ride,
or B, take the keys away from her old car that I'm buying from her
and hide them. Because she needs. Do you think you could make her? Do you think you could make her take you to the airport?
No, I'm not going to do that.
It would be two birds with one stone.
Yeah, it would, but then I'd be worried about my foreign mom telling the lady inside the car, "Take me home, please.
I am lost.
Take me home, please.
I am not enjoying my time. Not enjoying my time at Thurgood Marshall Airport."
Same lady that went to Towson University.
Yes, right.
To visit my sister when she went there. Right? Ended up in New York City almost, on the Jersey Turnpike.
Oh, no.
Now, 10 years ago, and she was much more assimilated then. I think she's regressing.
Oh, so
Yes.
she'd never be home.
No, she'd never
What she
get
could
home.
do probably is just wait for you at the airport. That's what I do. So
Yeah,
you
God
know,
bless you.
obviously you know electronics because you were able to get that going. Are you handy around the house?
I'm handy.
I know you have people you call. You always have a guy.
Yes, but you know what? I've started doing the DIY.
Right, do it yourself.
Yeah,
Josh.
because there's a lot of I'm a big fan of Property Brothers, and if you've seen Property Brothers, two strapping men that really take a home and make it into your dream home.
Of course.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of videos on YouTube, and you can find a bunch of DIY videos,
Right.
not just from them. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll try that. Hung a ceiling fan with your help.
That's
I
right.
remember doing
Cool,
that.
cool.
Not a big deal. I patched a wall at one point, a little bumpy, but good enough for government work.
I'm glad, as Mike would say, I'm glad you brought up the patching of a wall because I do some reasonable stuff around that. I try not to do anything that involves a ladder, out of courtesy to myself and the ladder, because I know that I would break my arm.
Also
somehow.
extremely dangerous.
It is dangerous, but like I've changed light switches. I've done stuff like that, and I've not. I've
pretty electrical work.
Yeah,
Look
I
at you.
actually changed the. I hated the what do you call it? The light fixtures outside my house.
Oh, they were so tacky.
They were horrible, and they were hard to change. The problem was, no, you'll like this, Pony. They were stock. They came with the house. You had to undo 8 bolts to change a light bulb.
Yes.
And so what I did is I got something that made it easier to change the light bulb, and I was able to do that by myself. So I have had my successes. This next project was not a success. I wanted to, in my home studio, install a mic boom. And for people who don't know, it's basically the L-shaped arm that holds the micro. If you're watching the Ustream right now, this is what it is. For laymen, it's very much like a desk lamp.
Yes.
Almost. There's springs on it, so it stays where you put it. But because of its length, it's probably 4 feet total length. When you put a 2 or 3 pound microphone on it, it pulls a lot of weight. Up to now in my home studio, I've used a desk stand, which is fine, but it takes up room.
The mic boom is it streamlines your recording process,
and it also, I think, it ultimately gives you more control of how to make your voice sound. So we got them here at work, and I loved it, so I bought one at home. And I read through the instructions, and I got a wall mount, and it says easy. It's 4 screws. How could it be easier? All you have to do is find the stud. I said, easy.
Ooh, so you're going to mount a mic boom
on
to
the wall.
The wall.
Because my desk is a metal desk. There would be no way to mount it.
Is a conundrum.
So they had a wall mount thing, which I think is technically supposed to be mounted on the side of your console.
Yes.
But it said you can mount it on the wall if you find a stud. And I did the DIY videos, all the ways to find. There's
Do you have a stud finder?
I do now.
Oh no, Rob.
Don't skip to the end of the story.
Oh, come on.
So I watched a million videos, and they all had something different. They said, I mean, there's different things. That a stud is usually every 16 inches or something.
Proper
There's
construction.
Always a stud by a light, by an electrical outlet. But the best way to do it, some fat guy, Al Borland, remember him from Home Improvement? He said the best way to do it is to listen. I said, great. So what I did is
I went the old tiny route.
Oh my God!
And start listening for the sound.
Oh,
start
my
listening
God.
for the sound to change. And I go, wait, and it goes like, and then all of a sudden it goes. I said, I am so solid right here. And I make an X, and I get my drill, and I go, zzz, and it's like putting it through a hot stick of butter. There is no resistance. No resistance, except now there is just a beautiful 1/4-inch hole in my drywall. And I said, okay, it's got to be nearby. Got to be nearby. Because I heard it. So I keep tapping, and I go in again. I go, no resistance. None at all. And
it's just drywall. It's a fairly new construction.
Yeah,
right?
it's drywall.
So, okay.
So all I'm getting is dust spraying everywhere at a vigorous rate. And all I want to see is one little string of actual sawdust. Nothing. By the time I've given up on this tapping procedure, there are 9 holes in my wall, all spread out.
God.
And I have not found the stud yet. So I do not stand by the tapping method. So what I did is I said,
So how far apart were the holes? I'm sorry, I just got to dig into this.
Well, because I was hoping that the plate would cover most of the holes, but they still spread out probably about 6 inches.
Oh.
So let me skip ahead a little bit. I'm thinking this is a fairly sizey thing, but what I got is some wall anchors, drywall anchors that are graded to 75 pounds.
Okay.
And I said, that's my solution. That's my solution because there's 4 screws at 75 pounds. This will hold 300 pounds. I could put myself on the wall. So I would, and they go in, and they go in, and they go in, and I mount the thing on, and it feels solid as a rock. And I'm saying, this is great. I got like 4 outlying holes that I'm going to need to patch, but this is nothing. So I sit down in my chair, pull the mic to my face, and I pull it down, and it's almost right, and I'm doing a mic check, and I just want to move my mic a little bit, and I pull it down. A piece of wall the size of a cigar box just falls. Boom!
Oh, my God.
And what I realized
with your mic on it.
It's still attached very, very sturdily to the mic.
Oh, my God.
But I'm holding the mic now, and the wall has a hole in it that looks like I'm putting in a safe. Because what I realized is what I did is when I drilled those holes, I basically scored a piece of wall to just fall out. Now, there is...
In a circle?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like it was a piece of about...
It's like a burglar.
Like a 5x8 card, I guess.
Yeah.
And it just, boom! And there's dust. Now, the bright side is I can see the stud now. Because I've ripped a hole in the wall.
A little sandpaper.
Yeah.
Oh, just patch this thing right up. No big deal.
So I come upstairs, and I'm so upset now that I've begun to sweat, and the dust is sticking to me. So I look like a kabuki Japanese theater major because my face is caked white.
Yeah.
And Carrie says, and she loves when I screw up.
Did she hear you? Did you yell an expletive or something?
I'm sure I did, but that's not uncommon. And I'm sure she knows that something's wrong because she loves when I screw up. And she says, how's it going?
Oh, no.
I said, I'm going to Home Depot, and if you want to come, you can come, but I'm going right now. And so we go, and I buy a big, like a paint can sized thing of spackle and every anchoring system they've got and a stud finder.
Good.
And
$30?
Yeah, like 34, 32,
Okay.
something around that. I spackle it up. I let it dry for 2 days, and this is the one thing I will say. I'll wind this up. I will forever thank the people that we bought the house from. They saved every can of paint from when they painted the house.
Nice.
So after I spackled, sanded, I actually had the right color paint, painted it up. I had pre-marked where the stud was, verified it with the stud finder, and it's solid as a rock, but I still don't touch it.
You haven't mounted it?
No, it's in there,
Okay.
but it stays in one spot. I don't move it left. I don't move
Can
it
you
right.
take a picture of this and put it on our Facebook wall?
I will.
I'd love to see
I will.
the setup.
It's beautiful.
It sounds cool.
It's really, really cool, and I very much love it. But putting a microphone up, really, we built a studio in 12 hours. It took me 5 days to put this microphone up.
Think about the hours and the time you wasted by not getting that stud finder.
Should have gotten it.
You cheap bastard.
No, the fat guy said tap. He said tap. What am I doing? All right, stick around. We're going to come back with the entertainment news. Oscar Razzi after this.
Gotta fight the powers that be.
You know, it's funny that we'd go to Oscar Razzi right now because Oscar is doing a little something at Patriot Harley Davidson that is so cool. Let me tell you this. Don't ride a Harley because it gets 50 miles an hour or because it can get you at HOT and HOV lanes or because it costs you like $6 a day. Ride a Harley because it moves your soul. Put something fun between your legs and learn to ride with the Rider's Edge New Rider course, a rider training course designed to teach you the basics of motorcycle operation in an atmosphere that's pure Harley Davidson. The Rider's Edge New Rider course can put you on a bike in a few days, even if you've never ridden. And here's the fun part. Sign up now. You can take the course with Oscar.
Yes, you can. And I'm gonna throw this out there. We haven't even actually talked about this. For someone that signs up with your boy.
Yeah.
And this is how much I love the fact that we're going to be able to do this. This is some quality time, not just learning how to ride a motorcycle safely.
Right.
Helmets aren't cheap, right?
Right.
So if you decide, whether you decide to actually go out of your way and to get a motorcycle after you get the course.
Right.
Regardless, having a helmet is great. I have a helmet right now from my last course.
I'm wearing one right now.
I've got a bunch of different jackets, a bunch of gear. What I'll do personally for myself, this doesn't even come out of the show budget.
Right.
For someone that gets through the course with me, that actually does the course.
Right.
I'll do a little raffle at the end. I know we're doing a secret meetup with Mike and myself and
Yes.
everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy you your first helmet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Out of my pocket. So one more bonus for that. You get a swag bag that we don't even talk about enough.
Right.
You get a bunch of Mike O'Mara show stuff.
You
For
get
everybody that signs
you
up.
get several days with one-on-one time with Oscar, and now you get a helmet with painted with the Bolivian flag.
Yeah, no. You can pick it out. There's a bunch of different ones depending on your style, but I will take care of that. So
That
if you
is so
signed
cool.
up, an added bonus. If you haven't, maybe one more reason to learn how to ride safely, learn how to ride the right way, and learn with your boy. Quality time through the Mike O'Mara Show.
Even if you're just thinking about doing the motorcycle thing, this is a way to do an actual. They put you on a bike. You can find out if you love it, and you know you will. And remember, Patriot Harley-Davidson is proud to be a winner of Harley-Davidson coveted Bar and Shield Award for 7 years running. Only 5 other dealers in the entire country joined Patriot in that honor. So sign up today. All you got to do is go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click Oscar Ride. It's easy to do, and it's a smart thing to do.
Do it today.
And even if you don't like motorcycles, you might get a helmet.
Never know when you'll need it.
So let us now go to Oscar Razzi. What's going on in show business? Or as your mother would say, show business.
Show business, Chess. Speaking of the relationship.
Yes.
It feels like, I know the divorce rate is 50-50 in this country. That's what people say.
Right.
But did you see this coming? At age 83, I apologize.
Right.
Clint Eastwood and wife Dina are separating.
At that point, why bother?
Right?
It's like, were they waiting for the kids to die?
I'm kidding. Jesus Christ.
He wanted to wait for the kids to die.
Yeah.
So this is a story. 83-year-old Hollywood legend Dina Eastwood and his wife of 17 years have separated. When E! News reached out to confirm, the rep says that they have been living apart for some time now. Now, Dina's 48, Eastwood is 83.
Do you think that they've been living apart? Do you think Clint knows that she wasn't there?
What if he has a parrot? I'm just saying.
When I saw this story, we just talked about Michael Douglas yesterday.
Right.
And as I was I know the age difference is that different.
Right.
But it doesn't even make sense to divorce that late in life, I imagine.
I saw some people theorizing on Facebook. Do you think there was like a 15-year codicil in the prenup where she maybe gets more money if she sticks with him for a certain number of time?
There may be. That's a good call.
That is something that I thought about. But, I mean, God, 15 years is a lot. If you can make it like 10 years, I think you might as well just ride it out.
Yeah, but I guess we don't factor in is a lot for most people when they separate. There's like a big financial issue, right?
Yeah.
Like how are you gonna? What is life gonna be like? And for these guys, they're just super rich.
Maybe it is the fact also that now that he's 83, the nickname Dirty Harry has a different connotation.
We'll find out.
Need a little help.
Speaking of dollars, and I'll throw this out there.
Yeah.
You remember when Oprah left her daytime show?
Yeah.
She was going to build her own network.
The O Network, yeah.
Which was a completely, it started off kind of as a sinking ship.
And I always was mad because that's what I wanted Mike to name his television network. Mike O Network.
And they had all this programming on there with Shania Twain and all these big artists. And nobody would watch.
It seemed to dissolve like a sandcastle. It just went away in chunks.
Well, OWN is finally in the black for the first time.
Do you want to use a different phrase?
Well, this is the
industry standard terms.
I didn't write this. Those are just standard business terms.
Always color with you.
And I guess the secret sauce was that Oprah went out of her way and got her old dream team that produced her old show.
Yeah.
And fired everybody that she had initially hired her old team.
Did she really?
And rebuilt the OWN network with that same formula. So now that when you see Lindsay Lohan on the OWN network,
right.
or
Oprah's Next Chapter,
or Lance Armstrong on the OWN network, or her dealings with Tyler Perry, those big hits that she has with him,
right?
That's all the brainchild of the team that brought you the Oprah Winfrey Show.
It makes sense, but God, do you know the fact that those people have saved an entire network, not just a show, an entire network. They're going to be able to write their own check.
Yeah,
and God knows she has the money.
That's a dream team of two.
Just two people?
A duo that used to really, I mean, the I guess, executive producers of the old Oprah Winfrey Show.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is nuts.
So good things for her. She's always so charitable. So I know that, people like to hate on Oprah, but I think she does more good than bad.
Yeah, and you know what? She has been very giving with her money, and she's an entertaining personality.
There's baby news.
Oh, tell me about it. Mike has got a child.
Yeah, not just Mike O'Mara and Carlo O'Mara, celebrity births.
And also Congratulations, Chris Yoko.
Yes.
Oh, he's going to have a baby girl. Did he say December?
In December. Congratulations, Chris Yoko.
Quite a mitzvah, Chris.
I don't even know. Is he Jewish?
No. But he's in sales, so I'm sure he understands what I mean.
Jamie Lynn Sigler, if you Sigler, I apologize. Jamie Lynn Sigler, soprano star.
She was a Meadow
soprano. Oh, but there was a new TV show. It's Hollywood Game Night.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
I love it.
I love it too.
I
wanted to hate it, but I love it. She was just on it.
It's like a bowl of candy. You want to stay away from it, but it's just really, really agreeable. I love the fact that there's a bar.
This past week's Jamie Lynn Sigler was on there, and she was pregnant, but
Right.
she just welcomed a baby boy.
Oh, that's congratulations.
Yeah, and the thing is, you forget, and maybe because I don't have a kid, that people can work, and even in small capacities. I feel like they're always bedridden for some reason when they're pregnant. You can't work. She was just on the show that was filmed 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But she's got a little baby boy, so congratulations to her. She's only 32 years old. We saw her grow up on The Sopranos.
I've
clearly.
seen her in person twice. She's cute, cute, cute.
Fergie and Josh Duhamel. It's not
Josh
Hall.
No, it's like
I think it's Duhamel.
No, I think it's a Duhamel or something.
Duhamel.
Yes.
Duhamel.
Oh, that stud. They welcomed a son as well. Axel Jack.
Axel Jack
is the name.
By the way, it's funny. Axel Jack is playing at Gabe's this Saturday night. No cover charge. Go see Axel Jack. Is it named? Do they explain why?
They don't say why. 7 pounds 10 ounces.
How do they spell Axel?
It's just like Axl Rose.
It's got to be for him.
Oh
then.
yeah, sure.
Right?
She's a big
Yeah.
jar.
Apparently, lead singer is Fergie's favorite band is Guns N' Roses.
that
Here you
explains
go.
it. There you go.
And apparently, some of the biggest vocal idols are from the rock and roll genre. I mean, Sebastian Bach, Vince Neil, Axl Rose, and Robert Plant. She once said she named her son Axel, clearly off the lead singer from Guns N' Roses.
Very cool. Well, congratulations to them.
Okay.
She's, you know what? As a mom, I'm sure she'll be great. Shower frequently, Fergie. It looks to me like sometimes you just kind of skip it.
Like, meh.
Yeah.
Walk past
I'm not
the
going out
bathroom.
tonight, so visit the soap. That's what I'm saying.
As we wrap it up and running out of time here, just
Yeah.
quickly, remember the foam finger at the VMAs that Miley Cyrus used?
Do I?
What are the views?
Apparently, there's more news, not just from Blurred Lines and how she stole the show.
Right.
Steve Chalmler, who invented the foam finger in 1971, has stated that Cyrus took an honorable icon that is seen in sporting venues everywhere and degraded it.
Oh, he can get bent. An honorable icon? It's a piece of garbage.
And I would beg to
Jerk face.
I would say that foam finger has not only been used to root on a team at any sporting event. If you've ever gone, they make ones that turn into a middle finger if you wanted to as well.
That's an honorable icon.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Congratulations, Miley. You ruined that old man's life.
That's your entertainment
All right,
news.
that's awesome. Thank you, Oscar. Stick around, folks. Coming back with the audio vault, and we'll be back after this.
I know you get to like it.
We are back, and I do want to take a quick moment to mention the fact that today's bonus show was recorded last week. Mike and I recorded it, and it's something special for Labor Day where people get such a kick out of Mike talking up the records and doing the
Lot of
DJ
fun.
thing. This is a 60-minute, actually longer than that, show of talking up records. There's great jingles. There's great production. It's a lot of fun. If you ever took the time to, when you were a kid, turn your radio up all the way and blast the tunes all Labor Day, it recalls that. So check out our bonus show. Pony, what number is it? It's what?
Oh my God, 136, I believe.
No. It's 146.
146. Check
Yeah.
out bonus show 146.
I think.
It drops this afternoon. It's the one that will be on our page.
Confirm that during the audio vault if you don't mind.
You know what we do? We sweat the details.
Of
That's what we
course.
do.
Mike's
But-
gone.
Yeah, check.
Sweat the details.
Yeah, burn the house down. We don't care. Check out the bonus show. It's special for Labor Day. I know you will like it. Here's a great idea to show off your personality, Oscar. What you do is you buy your mother a car.
Oh,
No,
come
I'm
on.
kidding. What you do is you get yourself a custom iPhone case, and you do it at Vistaprint.com. I have an Elvis one. The other ones are rolling in. We want to see what you've ordered. But the thing is so many times if you have an iPhone, you can't get the case you want, the one that shows something about you or about your business. Vistaprint can print anything, and here's the deal. Prices start at just $14.99, and right now our listeners can get 25% off all iPhone cases. Just go to Vistaprint.com/TMOS, and if you spend $30 or more, shipping is free. Let me say that again. 25% off all personalized iPhone cases and free shipping when you spend more than $30. So buy a couple of them. Just remember to go to Vistaprint.com/TMOS, and remember, most everything a small business needs is available at Vistaprint.com.
Yes.
A great partner of this show. Very good. Thank you for opening the thing. We running a little bit late. It's because I talked about tearing my wall down. My apologies. My apologies. Oh, Bill Murray had the greatest appearance on Letterman last night that I've seen in years. And I applaud Bill Murray. He did something that I couldn't do and that Oscar couldn't do. I applaud Letterman. He stayed at CBS for 20 years. Neither one of us approached that.
Yeah, we wanted to.
Yeah, but what happened is Bill Murray was the first guest on the CBS Letterman show. And
when it first debuted, right?
Yeah, when it debuted 20 years ago. So he was the guest last night. And when he came out in a white Rolls Royce and exited the car with a Liberace outfit, holding a dog with a Liberace wig. And we will probably, you can see it on, of course, YouTube and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to hear the audio when Bill Murray says to Dave, do you know what was going on in the world 20 years ago?
20 long years ago.
Yeah. Bill, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, Dave.
Yeah.
I wonder what was the #1 song in the country 20 years ago. Do you remember, Dave?
I have no idea. 20 years ago,
Paul?
And you have to remember, he's doing the whole interview in a full Liberace getup. He might as well be Michael Douglas as Liberace.
I bet you and the gang remember what was #1 20 years ago.
Of course we do, Bill. Would you mind?
This is awesome. So great. And just long enough.
Wow.
Congratulations, David Letterman. You know, I think a lot of people, when Johnny was ending his career, when Johnny Carson was ending his career, they were feeling a lot like, well, you know, finally, good riddance. He's past his prime. And then when they didn't have Johnny Carson anymore, they said, wow, we really didn't know what we had. Letterman puts on such a good show every night, and then occasionally he pulls out some dynamite like that. Let's appreciate David Letterman while we've got him, because he's fantastic.
Here.
I'm against drinking and driving.
Oh, what a bold statement.
Thank you very much. And I want you to remember that this weekend. Remember it this weekend. What they've done in Colorado is they've put in anti-DUI urinal cakes. Now, what they want you to think is they want you to think that by aiming at the urinal cake, you're actually saying how sober you are. What it really is it's just a trip wire in the urinal cake. So if you go to some bars in Colorado and, you know, relieve yourself, this is what you hear from the urinal.
Keep a constant stream on this urinal cake, and let's see how drunk you are. Tipsy. Charming. Ham-boned. Where are your pants? Winner! Make sure you keep winning and get home safe. Drink and don't drive.
Exactly.
Does it really? It doesn't really do that.
It doesn't really do it, but it does sense when the shower begins.
Yes.
And that's when it starts talking to you.
That is actually kind of brilliant.
Great marketing.
I mean, please. Now, if there's a pre-roll before how sober you are, then that's a problem.
Well, the pre-roll is actually Mike saying go to Amazon.com/TMOS. The world is now effectively ending because Donald Trump has a Vine account.
Oh, wow.
Time to move on to
I
something
gotta
else.
follow him.
And he has got I was shocked. He's supporting Miley Cyrus. Here's his maybe the least creative Vine video of all time. Here's the Donald, okay?
Miley, don't let them get you down. They're all jealous.
Oh, Donald.
Let's hear that again because it's so brief.
Miley, don't let them get you down. They're all jealous.
I thought he was going to say huge at least.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, but it's going to kill Vine. It really will destroy it. That is what's going to do it.
What a dummy.
I think he plays for the Braves. There is an infielder named Elliot Johnson, and they asked him about a home run he hit, and totally out of the blue, he answered it like he drives for NASCAR.
When you get to the plate the first time and you get one to the wall, at what point are you looking triple?
Well, you know, I mean, that Time Warner Cable, you know, Roadrunner high-speed internet car has just been running good all day. You know, I mean, you gotta say thanks to Chick-fil-A and Napa Auto Parts. They pitched in. You know, been great sponsors all year. And, you know, I mean, you know, we had a fast car all day. Knew we were going to be fast. You know, got a little loose in the rear. I guess that's why we were faster. And then once we got out front, you know, I wanted to come in and, you know, talk to the crew chief, get it tightened up so that we could make the adjustment once we got ahead and, you know, keep the car on the road and stay off the wall.
Good job by the pit crew getting you ready.
Hey, you know what? Fantastic? I got to give credit to the reporter
letting him do
because
it.
Anybody else would have been like, but no, he just went with it.
I oftentimes try to close with a funny tape. Today is a tape that is more tragic than funny, but I feel I must bring it to you. Mike Tyson has been doing a couple interviews, and this is Mike Tyson talking about how he relates to his kids. And this makes me appreciate the fact that at least as a dad, I try.
Can you identify with the world they're living in?
Not at all.
You think they can have any idea of the world you inhabited as a kid?
Because it's all sex, drugs, alcohol, violence, more violence, sex, drugs, chaos, alcohol, violence, more violence, more violence, more violence. No, they have no idea what that's at. They have no idea what it's like not to feel safe at home.
I'm sorry, I played the wrong tape. That was Mike Tyson describing Oscar's weekend in Las Vegas.
Chaos.
That is your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, Oscar will be in Las Vegas. Where is your appearance?
Paradise Cantina, Saturday, 6 p.m. That's Saturday, August 31st, depending on when you're listening to this.
Cool.
I'll be there. Beers and apps on me.
Check it out. Should be good. And, of course, check out the bonus show. It drops this afternoon. If you need technical support, email ponyboy@MikeO'MaraShow.com. And all correspondence for our show can be sent to TMOS P.O. Box 3, Manassas, Virginia 20108. And if you have something you'd like to submit for the book that's coming out this Christmas, TMOSbook@gmail.com. For everybody here, Josh, Pony, Oscar, and Mike O'Mara, get home safely. This is Rob Spiewak saying have a great Labor Day weekend, everybody. So long.
Love you long time.
See ya.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.